Hi, everyone. Are we ready to do some yoga? All right. Thank you for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. It's kind of nice on a cold night to be doing yoga inside in your own home and we don't have to go anywhere. So let's start by doing our little shakeout. So please step off of your mat for a moment. So stepping off of your mat, and we're just going to shake out our limbs, our hands, our arms, our legs, just shaking everything out anything that will not serve you for your practice this evening. You can do little arm swings, tapping your hips with your arms. And then when you're done, just coming back to stillness. Coming back to stillness and make your way back onto your mat. So come to the top of your mat. Your feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. We're just going to bring our hands down alongside of our legs, palms open. And we're just going to close our eyes here for just a moment. So closing our eyes gives us the opportunity to turn inward, to let the outside world just fall away for a moment and just give yourself this gift of being present on your mat for this time, for your practice. And you're just noticing the breath as it flows in and out of your body. Notice your feet as they ground down into the earth. Lift your toes slightly to lift the arches and activate your legs. Let the toes melt down onto the mat. Feel that energy coming up through the legs. Lift your kneecaps slightly to engage the quads. Allow the tailbone to drop down towards the earth at the same time, drawing the belly in and up, beginning to engage your core. Side body begins to lengthen, shoulders relaxed, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. And then slowly bring your hands to heart center as a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude that you made this time for yourself for this practice. And then slowly opening your eyes. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up, look up. And then grab a hold of the left wrist with the right hand, reach over to the right, just a little side bend here. Let this feel good. Just noticing your left pinky toe side of your foot really pressing down there. And then back to center. Grab the right wrist with the left hand and now reach over to the left. Just reach and reach and reach. And then back to center. Bring the hands behind your low back. Fingers are pointing down. Elbows point back. A little back bend here. Just lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Let the tailbone reach down towards the earth. And then bend your knees a lot. Interlace the fingers behind your low back. Let the head drop down. Let the arms reach up and over. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And then release the hands down to the earth. Bring your knees down for tabletop pose. So pressing down through your palms, start to engage the core, draw the low belly in and up. And now we'll just move the spine with some cat-cows. So on the inhale, we drop the belly. We tilt the tail, arching the back, look up slightly. And then as we exhale, round the spine. Chin towards the chest, opposite movement here. And on the inhale again, drop the belly, look up, tilt the tail. Full deep breaths. Exhale, round the spine. And just a couple of more rounds at your pace. And again, you can make this as organic as you want. You can shift the hips, shift the shoulders, just creating movement in the spine. And just checking out how your body feels tonight. And then when you finish with your last complete round, come back to tabletop pose and begin to extend the right leg behind you. Toes point down, foot is flexed. We're just trying to engage our core here, draw the belly in and up, just beginning to warm up the body from the inside out. And now extend the left arm in front of you, thumb points up towards the ceiling. You're being pulled in two different directions, lengthening, strengthening, and then come back down, tabletop pose. Shift the hips from side to side, neutralize. And now the other side, left leg extends back, foot is flexed, toes point down, toes spread wide. Find your steadiness here, draw the belly in and up and begin to extend the right arm forward, thumb points up towards the ceiling. And again, that feeling of being pulled in two different directions. Keep the neck nice and long. And then back down, tabletop pose. Preparing for down dog, just walk the palms about one palm distance out in front of you, tuck the toes under. Begin to lift the hips up and back. Keep a bend in your knees for this first down dog, creating length in the spine. Drop the head completely. You're not holding on to anything there. And then slowly begin to straighten the legs to your degree. Remember, you can always keep a slight bend to your knees in down dog to find that length in your spine. So now you'll do your toe roll. So we'll roll over the right toes. Toes point towards the back of your mat. You're pressing the tops of the toenails into the mat. You can rotate the ankle from side to side. And then roll back a couple of times, roll forward and back. We're just preparing for our feet, for our chaturangas throughout our practice, warming them up. And now the left side. Roll over the left toes, press the toenails into the mat, rotate the ankle from side to side, again, giving the foot a little massage here. And then rolling back and forth. And then drop to the knees. Extend the arms forward a little bit more. Shift the hips back and down for extended child's pose. The forehead can come down and towards the earth. It doesn't need to touch, just reaching down towards the earth. Just feel this nice stretch in the spine. And this is always an option for you in down dog throughout practice. And then come back up, tabletop pose, and transition back into downward facing dog. Next, inhale, lift the right leg high. Toes are pointed as if you can tap the ceiling. You're pressing down through the ball of the left foot. Keep the ball of the foot and the line of your ankle parallel to each other. Reach, reach, reach. And now stack the hip. Stack the right hip over the left. Bend that right knee. Ankle circles in one direction. Ankle circles in the other direction. Keep the shoulders in line with each other. And then back, downward facing dog, right foot down. Left leg lifts up, point the toes as if you can tap the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. Getting that beautiful line through the whole front side of the body. And now open it up. Stack the hip, stack the left hip over the right, bend that left knee. Ankle circles in one direction. Ankle circles in the other direction. And again, check out the head and the neck. You're not holding on to anything there. Let it go. And then back to downward facing dog. Inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, drop to the knees. Inhale, shift the heart forward a little bit so the shoulders are in front of the wrists about an inch, and just bend the elbows. Point the elbows back, a little push up, come right back up. Feel your strength here. And now slowly come down to the belly. Slow, 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 down to the belly. Scoop the belly forward, extend back through your toes, and your legs are nice and long here. Baby cobra. We're just going to lift the heart up. Lift the palms up off of the mat about an inch. Elbows are hugging into the body. Toes are reaching back. Your legs are working as one unit. Strengthening the spine. Feel those muscles hugging the spine. And come back down. Tuck the toes under. Lift up and back. Another extended child's pose. Keep the toes tucked under to get a nice stretch through the back, to the backs of your feet, underneath your feet. Again, letting the head drop. Inhale, come back up to all fours. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale in your down dog. Exhale, slight bend to the knees, looking forward, and slowly step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands are on the shins, spine is nice and long. Exhale, fold forward deeply. Let the crown of the head reach down towards the earth. On your next inhale, press the palms together in prayer. Draw the belly in and up, and slowly bring the hands through the center line of your body. Reach up towards the ceiling. Open the arms wide at the top. Open up the heart, and then hands back to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up, look up, get a little bit taller. Exhale, fold forward. Soft bend to your knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, bend your elbows. Joints are nice and soft. Begin to extend the right leg behind you. Here's our lunge. Drop onto that right knee. Toes point back. Inhale, lift the arms up, forward, and up. And then as you exhale, shift the hips forward and down. So you can stay here with the arms lifted, or you can bring the hands on top of that left knee. So as you're breathing here, allow every breath to let the right hip flexor find some space. And again, to allow for some weight to come off of that right knee, press down through that right shin. Another inhale draws the belly in and up and lifts the arms up towards the ceiling and gives you a beautiful back bend here. Lift up and back, lift up and back. And then exhale, slowly come forward, release the hands down, extend that left leg. So the left leg is becoming straight. Runner's lunge, we're going to press. So the left foot is active, and so there's a couple of ways that you can keep that foot active, and it's whatever works best for you. The foot can be flexed as you fold over. The torso folds over the left leg. The foot can be pointed, or a combination of the two, a flointed foot, where you're pressing the ball of the foot away towards the front of the mat and toes spread wide. Either way, spine is nice and long. And then release, come back into your lunge, bring the right hand underneath the right shoulder and a little twist here, twisting to the left arm reaches high. So notice what's happening with your left hand. You can have it on a block to create more length. You can press down with the palm of the hand or come into spider fingers. What works best for you? Either way, feel that beautiful line of energy down the left fingertips, through the right arm, all the way through the left fingertips towards the ceiling. And slowly release. Tuck the back toes under, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float to high plank. We're still warming up. Exhale, drop to the knees. Inhale, shift the heart forward, do a little push-up. Exhale, slowly come down. Come down to the belly. Baby cobra again here. Scoop the belly forward, lengthening. Extend back through the toes and the legs. Squeeze the elbows in towards each other. Inhale, lift up. Palms lift up off of the mat about an inch. And then slowly release. Tuck the toes under. Draw the belly in and up and lightly lift up and back. Extended child's pose. Another just surrendering. A pose of surrender. Just letting go. Inhale, come back up to all fours. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, soften all the joints as you step that right foot through. Drop onto the left knee, toes point back. Inhale, lift the arms forward and up. So now lunging on the other side. Bring the hands to rest on top of that right knee. Draw the belly in and up. As you exhale, slowly begin to shift the hips forward and down. You want to check the alignment of that front knee, making sure that it's stacked over the ankle. If you lunge too far and the knee goes beyond the ankle, just either scoop the back knee behind you a little bit more or scoop that front foot forward. Lifting the arms up. Draw the belly in and up. Inhale, lift up and back, pressing down through that left shin now to give you stability here in the pose to allow a deeper back bend. Slowly release the hands down. Fold over that right leg now. So again, whatever position with the foot that you did on the other side, do the same on this side. Square the hips, lengthen the spine, fold over. And again, blocks are nice if you have blocks to create length here for your hands and arms. And then slowly release. Left fingertips underneath the left shoulder, another little twist here, right arm reaches. So again, notice what's happening with the left hand as it's pressing down into the mat, into the earth. Feel that beautiful line of energy from left fingertips, left arm, shoulder, all the way through the right fingertips. And slowly release. Tuck the toes under. Lightly press back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa. Inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, drop to the knees. Still warming up. Inhale, shift the heart forward, a little push up. Exhale, slowly come down. Scoop the belly forward, extend back through the feet and the legs. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Squeeze the elbows in towards the midline. Lift the palms up off of the mat about an inch. Reach through the back toes. Reach through the crown of the head. Slowly release. Tuck the toes under. Lift up and back. Extended child's pose. Inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Breathe here in your down dog. Coming back home. Allow the breath to bring you back into the present moment. If the mind has started to become busy and you're hearing some chatter, just allow the breath to bring you back to your mat, to your sacred space. Notice the breath. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, slight bend to the knees, looking forward, and slowly step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Palms press. Draw the belly in and up, brings you back up this standing, opening up the arms at the top, and then hands back to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, bending the knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, left foot back, low lunge. Inhale. Lift the fingertips off of the mat, on either side of that right foot. Pause here. Begin to shift the right hip back, left hip forward, squaring the hips. And now bring the arms to airplane arms. So now they're palms facing down in line with the hips. You have a beautiful line of energy through the left heel, all the way through that left leg, the spine, and the crown of the head. And now bend that back knee, lift the arms forward and up. And now slowly begin to work your way into your crescent lunge. So straightening that back leg to your degree without tilting the pelvis forward. So a nice neutral pelvis. So for some of us, that might mean that we have a little micro bend in that back leg, and that's perfectly fine. On your next inhale, draw the belly in and up, and here's our back bend. Lift up and back, lift up and back, up and back. And then slowly release the hands down. Straighten that front leg and just fold over that front leg. Pressing down through the feet. Spine is nice and long. And then to release, bend that front knee. Left fingertips underneath the left shoulder. Right arm reaches high. Just another little twist here with the back knee lifted this time. Or you can bring it back down to the mat, your choice. And then slowly release the hand, right hand down. Press the palms, lightly step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float to high plank. This time on the exhale, you have the option of holding high plank, or you can drop to the knees. If you're holding high plank, feel your strength. On the next inhale, shift the heart forward, do a little push up. On the exhale, chaturanga, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, soften all the joints, step the left leg through. Inhale, float the fingertips on either side of that left foot. Find your strong back leg. And then on your exhale, power lunge. Hands are in airplane arms, palms facing down. Square the hips. Nice neutral pelvis. And now bend that back knee, scoop the arms forward and up. And now finding your crescent. Strengthening and straightening that back leg to your degree. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the right hip flexor now. Next inhale, draw the belly in and up. Lift up and back, up and back, up and back. And then slowly release the hands down. Just straighten that front leg. Fold over that leg. And again, pressing down through both feet. Ball of the feet, pressing down into the mat. Toes are nice and light. They're not gripping the mat. And then slowly release, bend that left knee, right fingertips underneath the right shoulder. Left arm reaches high. A little twist. And then slowly release, left hand down, palms down, lightly press back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa, inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, shift the heart forward, a little push up. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finding stillness back in your down dog. Again, where has the mind wandered? Bring it back. Come back to the present. Come back to the breath. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, slight bend to the knees, looking forward. Slowly step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And now bend the knees. Lift the arms up, Utkatasana. Sitting in that chair. And remember, if you have any issues with your shoulders and the arms lifted just aren't doing it for you, you can always bring your hands to heart center. It's always options. Shift the hips back and down, back and down. So you can stay here in awkward chair, Utkatasana, or you can come into standing pigeon here, which is the right ankle on top of the left knee. If that doesn't work for you, you can always just practice balancing on one foot, just lifting the right foot up off of the mat, keeping the left knee bent. Sit back and down, back and down. Soft gaze, steady breath. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the right knee up to the chest, straightening the left leg, come up to standing, and now bend that left knee, come back, right leg back, coming back into crescent. There you go, beautiful. Arms out wide. Loosey-goosey arms. We're going to come into eagle arms, Gomukhasana arms. Right arm under the left, or you can grab opposite shoulders. So check that the shoulders are square to the front of the mat, hips are square to the front of the mat. So now we're going to press down through the left foot, and even if you have to take baby steps with that right foot, coming into eagle legs, right leg over the left, coming into eagle. Elbows pressing down, shift the hips back and down, back and down. The right toes can be a kickstand to the outside of that left foot. Remember, there's no struggle here. Keep the breath nice and steady. And now to release, we're going to lift that right leg and extend it behind us, coming into airplane with eagle arms, with the eagle bind. And then release the bind. Let the hands walk down the standing leg, coming into standing splits. Right leg lifts up. And remember, it does not matter how high that right leg goes, is how sturdy and strong you can get that standing leg. Lift the left quad, engage the quad, lift the left kneecap, engaging the quad. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, bend that left knee. Take a big step back with that right foot. Be happy to be back in low lunge. Press the palms down, step back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa, inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, shift the heart forward, a little push up. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, Downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Open up your mouth, big sigh. Let it go. One more time, inhale. Exhale, big sigh. And taking one more big inhale. Exhale, slight bend to the knees, looking forward, and slowly step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Lift the arms up, back in our chair. So the weight is on the heels, lift the toes to feel that. Sit back and down, back and down. And I know everybody has the big smiles because we love this pose, don't we? So now our variation. So options, stay right here, or you can press down through that right foot, just lift the left foot slightly up off of the mat, practicing balance, or come into a standing pigeon. So left ankle on top of the right knee, left foot is flexed to protect the knee. Shift back and down, just a few breaths. You can do this, you got this. And now here's our transition to crescent. Lift the left knee up to the chest, come up standing, right leg straight. And now bend that right knee, extend the left foot back, finding crescent. Arms out to the side. Loosey-goosey arms. Left under the right, find eagle arms, Gomukhasana arms. Show the shoulders and the hips parallel to the front of the mat, in line. And so now bringing the weight onto that right foot, left leg is gonna become light. We're gonna come into eagle. Step it forward. And remember, the left toes can be used as a kickstand to the outside of the right foot. Elbows in line with the knee. There's a tendency for the hips to get wonky here in the twist, but we want them in line with the shoulders. Sit back and down, back and down. And then to release, coming into airplane, begin to tilt the body forward. Left leg extends behind you. An eagle bind. Release the bind now. Walk the right hand down, right hand fingers down the right leg, standing split. Left leg reaches high. Remember, how sturdy, straight, and strong can you keep that right leg? Let the head drop. Notice what's happening there. The head and the neck. No pressure, no weight. And now bend the right knee. Take a big step back with the left foot. Plant the hand, step back. Downward facing dog. Vinyasa, inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, shift the heart forward, a little push up. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just remember, anytime you want to drop to the knees, extend the arms forward, stepping, coming back into extended child's pose. Always, always an option. Because this is your practice. You know your body. You know you. And now from here, lift the right leg high. Exhale, soften all the joints. And now hover that right knee right underneath the heart. So high plank arms. This is called cheetah. So hug the knee in. Hug it, hug it. Lift the hips, step the right foot through. Drop onto that left knee. Toes point back. Right hand comes to the inside of the right foot for lizard pose. So again, another hip opener here. Begin to shift the hips forward and down. The right knee is hugging in towards the right shoulder. And again, check that the knee is stacked over the ankle. And you can stay here with both hands in line with the right foot. That's perfectly fine. Or you can maybe after a few breaths, you notice that you can walk the hands forward a little bit. Maybe if you want to go a little deeper, left forearm can come down. Maybe the right forearm. Just keep the neck in line with the spine. So the gaze is looking forward and down. And let the breath begin to create space in that right hip. There you go. And then slowly begin to, if your hands, if you're on your forearms, come back up, both hands to the inside of the right foot. And now bend the left knee. So the left heel comes towards the sits bones. You can stay here for the quad stretch, or you can walk the left hand forward into the left corner of the mat. Right hand reaches forward and to the side and towards that left foot. If you do have a hold of the left foot, rotate the ribs, rotate the heart towards the ceiling. A nice little twist here, as if the top of the right shoulder can press into an invisible wall behind you. And then slowly release. Tuck the left toes under, step back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa, inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, shift the heart forward, a little push up. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches high. Soften all the joints. Hug the left knee underneath the heart for cheetah on the other side. So you're pressing down through the palms of the hands. The spine is nice and long. The left knee is just hugging in towards the midline of the body. Lift the hips, step the left foot through. Drop onto that right knee. Toes point back. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. So now lizard on the other side. So you know we're here for a little bit. So whatever sequence that you did on the first side, follow the same on this side, which could be a few breaths with the hands to the inside of the left foot. Take a peek at that left knee. Make sure that it's stacked over the ankle. Maybe after a few breaths, you notice that you created some space for the right forearm to come down. Maybe the left forearm. But either way, you choose. Blocks are nice here as well. If you have blocks, are great underneath the hands. And blocks are just a way to help you to create space in the body. And again, that cleansing action of the breath is just helping to release and create space in our hips that hold on to so much. And then slowly release, coming back up onto the palms of the hands. And now the right knee bends, right heel towards the sits bone. And if you want to add the twist, right hand comes forward and out a little bit. Left hand comes forward and to the side and towards that right foot. And again, if you're twisting, rotate the ribs, rotate the heart. As if the left shoulder was pressing into a wall behind you. And just notice what that left knee wants to do. It wants to splay out to the side. Keep hugging it in. And then slowly release. Tuck the right toes under. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, shift the heart forward. A little push up. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, slight bend to the knees, looking forward, and slowly step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Palms press. Draw the belly in and up and slowly come up to standing, opening up the arms. Hands back to heart center. And now take a big step back with the right foot. So you're in a wide-legged stance. Toes in, heels out. Bring the hands to your hips. Draw the tailbone down as you draw the belly in and up, so the torso is becoming nice and long. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to come forward. Pause halfway. So the legs are nice and strong, holding you up. Draw the belly in and up, spine nice and long. And now let the hands fall to the earth. Let the head fall down towards the earth. And then just notice, where does the weight naturally want to fall here? It wants to fall towards your heels. Try to bring the weight more towards your tippy toes, towards the balls of your feet. Eventually the hands will be in line with your feet. and the head will just melt down towards the earth. And again, blocks are nice here for the hands to give you that length in the spine. This pose is a wonderful way to just release and let go, just whatever that you're holding on to in the physical body. And then once we release in the physical body, it makes it so much easier for the thoughts to release as well. Thoughts that don't serve you. And then to release, bring the hands onto your hips, draw the belly in and up. Strong spine brings you back up to standing. Opening up the arms. Pivot the right foot to face the back of your mat. Preparing for triangle pose. So begin to shift the hips back. Right arm reaches forward and down. Left arm reaches high. So not a lot of weight. If you have the right hand anywhere on the shin, keep it light. Or the right hand can be to the outside of the right shin. And again, that beautiful line of energy from the right fingertips through the right arm, shoulder, collarbones, left shoulder, left arm, left fingertips. Strong legs, squeeze the muscles to the bone. And now bring the left hand to the left hip, look down at the right big toe, bend that front knee, balancing half moon. So right hand reaches forward and out slightly, left leg lifts up, hip height, foot is flexed. Straighten that right leg. Begin to stack the right hip under the left, opening up the hips, opening up the shoulders. Maybe that left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Breathe deeply. Take a peek down, bend that front knee, take a big step back with that left foot. And then lightly land, warrior two. So find your warrior two, right knee stacked over the ankle. The left leg, left ankle, knee, and hip pointer are facing in the same direction. So once we have a stable hips and pelvis and strong legs, then we can rotate the ribs towards the side of the mat. Soft gaze over that right hand, soft shoulders. Flip the front palm. Inhale, lift up and back, reverse warrior. Don't lose that front bend to that knee. As much as you're bending down through that right knee, the right arm is reaching up and back. And then slowly release, straightening that front leg, pivot the right foot in, and now left foot pivots out towards the front of the mat. Triangle pose on the other side. Begin to shift. Left hand reaches forward, lightly comes down, right arm reaches high. So remember, not a lot of weight on that left hand. Right shoulder is as if it's pressing into that invisible wall behind you. Again, strong legs, squeeze the muscles to the bones. And now right hand to right hip. Take a peek at the left big toe, bend that left knee, balancing half moon now on the other side. So now the left hand comes forward and out. Right leg lifts. So stack the hips first, right over left, stack the shoulders. Maybe the right hand reaches up. Right foot is flexed as if it's pressing into a wall behind you. Keeping that foot flexed gives you strength in that top leg. And then to release, take a peek back down, big step back with that right foot. And then finding warrior two on the other side. So again, the knee is king, left knee now is king here, stacked over the ankle. Right hip comes forward and down. So again, taking a peek, right ankle, knee, and hip pointer are all facing in the same direction. And then once you have the stability of the hips and the pelvis and the legs rooting down, then just the ribs rotate towards the long side of the mat. Soft gaze over that left hand. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Lift up and back, up and back. Remember, as much as you bend down through that left knee, you're reaching up and back with that left arm. And then slowly rotate the arms back down, facing the front of your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. One more vinyasa. Inhale, float to high plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, shift the heart forward, a little push up. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop onto your knees. Extend the arms forward. Let the hips sit back and down. Extend to child's pose. Just beginning to slow it down. Let the breath be slow, deep, and steady. On your next inhale, come up to all fours. Cross the ankles, roll over the ankles, come onto your seat for boat pose. So boat pose, we'll start with knees bent so that calves are parallel to your mat. Draw the belly in and up. Spine is nice and long. You can always use the hands as support behind you or underneath the knees. You can begin to extend the legs if you want. We'll just breathe here for 5, 4. Smiles are nice and big. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Bend the knees. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. And then bring the hands behind you. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. So we did standing pigeon, so this is seated half pigeon. So flex the foot, press down through that left foot, press the right foot is flexed, sorry. And then you're pressing the right knee away from you. And then you can walk the hands in more towards your sits bones if that feels that you're getting more of an opening through that right hip. And it's nice to do a little side wiggle here, just to get some lubrication in the hip joint. And then come back to stillness. And again, if you feel the spine rounding, just walk the left foot forward a little bit to create more space in the spine. And now the fingertips can go out to the side. We're going to press down through the left foot, coming into half tabletop. So pressing down, lift the hips. Let the knee fall open. You can, if it's okay with your neck, you can let the head drop back. Lift the hips higher. And slowly release. Extend the left leg out in front of you and bring the right knee on top of the left knee. So this is half Gamukasana legs. If you can come into full Gamukasana legs by bending the left knee, that's good as well. So whatever works for your knees and your body tonight. So either way, we're going to root down through our sits bones, nice and even. And then we're just going to fold at the hips over that right knee. And if the spine is beginning to round, then you don't go down that far. There you go. And if you can check to see if you can't go down that far with both knees bent, just try that bottom knee, bottom leg straight, and see how that feels. If the bottom leg is straight, you keep that foot flexed as if it's pressing into that wall in front of you. Just a couple of more breaths here. And come back up. Shake the legs out in front of you. Shake it, shake it, shake it out. And now the other side. Oh, boat pose. Forgot our boat. So again, starting with calves parallel. You can hold behind the knees. Support the hands behind you. Or straighten the legs. Straighten the arms. Let the heart lift up towards the ceiling. Shine brightly. And release. Hug it in. Well-deserved hug. And now seated half pigeon on the other side. So now the left ankle on top of the right knee. Again, walking the hands in. And again, it's nice to just wiggle side to side. Just feeling out that hip joint. And then come back to a place of stillness for just a few breaths. Remember the importance of keeping the spine nice and long. It's so that the prana, or the breath, the life force, can flow freely through all parts of your body. If the spine is rounded or kinked in some way or another, then it blocks the energy. So we don't want blocked energy. We want energy flowing nice and free throughout the body. And now half tabletop, so hand position that works for you. Fingertips out or forward. Press down through the right foot. Now lift the hips up. Let the left knee splay out to open to the side. If it's okay with your neck, you can lift the hips up higher. Drop the head back. And slowly release. So now Gomukhasana legs on the other side. So you decide what works for you. Either the right leg now extended out in front of you and the left knee on top of the right knee, or you bend the right knee underneath the left knee and the feet are flexed. Root down through your sits bones and just begin to hinge at the hips. Reaching. So you have this nice, the weight of the hips and the sits bones are rooting down towards the earth. And then the spine is just reaching forward and down. So a little tug of tension there, energy reaching down, reaching forward, and lengthening the spine. And then come back up and shake the legs out in front of you. Shake, shake, shake. And then bend the knees. Slowly come onto your backs. Give the knees a hug. And for an inversion, you choose if shoulder stand is in your practice, coming into plow first and then shoulder stand. If you have a block, or you can go up against the wall with legs up the wall. You choose either way. You can even just come to your mat with the legs up towards the ceiling. Either way, I just want the legs over the heart. Just a little inversion here. So you choose what works for you. So everyone can do a little shake with your legs. A little shake, shake, shake. Just moving that lymphatic fluid through the body. So good for the immune system. And then come back to stillness. Few deep breaths. And if you're in shoulder stand, coming into plow first, and then slowly release vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back down. If you're in waterfall, remove the block, lift the hips, slowly come back down. And then everybody just slowly bring the legs back down to the earth. And then hug the knees into the chest. Extend the arms out wide. And just drop the knees over to the right, a little simple twist. Let the shoulders melt down towards the earth, both shoulders connected to the mat. If it is okay for your neck, you can gaze over to the left hand. If not, look up at the ceiling or close your eyes. And then back to center. Draw the knees to the chest again, and then just drop them over to the left. Same thing, both shoulder blades connected to the earth. If it's okay with your neck, then you look over towards the right hand. And then back to center. One final squeeze of the knees. Bring the forehead to touch the knees. Squeeze every part of your body, every part. And release. Finding your Shavasana. So extending the legs out in front to out to the width of the mat. The arms out to the wider than at least 6 inches away from your body. Palms open. Let the thumbs just melt down towards the earth. So now just letting the breath become effortless. Feel the entire body supported by the earth beneath you. Knowing that that is always there for you. That support is always there. Feel that. Know that. And just rest in that stillness that you created for yourself. ever so slowly, starting to bring an awareness back into the physical body. Start to deepen the breath, slow, deep inhales, slow, deep exhales, little physical movements, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. And now bending the knees, bringing the feet flat onto the earth. Extend the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice long stretch here. And then roll over to your right or to your left side, giving yourself a nice hug. Divine timing guides my life. All events are unfolding for my highest good. As I seek divine will in every circumstance, I find peace, serenity, and right action. These are my blessings. I am able to enter into inner security even in the midst of outer turbulence, reminding myself that there is an underlying flow of good in all events. I accept timing, which at first may frustrate or confuse me, knowing that I am grounded in spiritual reality. I am able to face life's circumstances with the wisdom of the long view. In every situation, the hand of grace is active for my good. So, ever so slowly coming back to a simple seated position facing the front of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing your hands to heart center. And again, that gesture of gratitude that you made this time for yourself. And as always, it is my honor leading you through this practice. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much.